One. Welcome everybody to Spiral Secrets. I'm your host. My name is Tommy Lamb. I've been a personal trainer for over 15 years. I focus on performance enhancement and corrective exercise. I'm joined by my co-host, Dr. Landon. Dr. Landon.
What's up, everybody?
Chiropractor. Dr. Landon is a chiropractor. He focuses on gait analysis. Okay, so guys, how we're gonna start this video, how we're gonna start this episode is I got a question, okay, from one of my followers, and the question I got asked was, how should I stand? I noticed that when I'm walking, I put the pressure on the outside of my foot. Is this a problem? I noticed yesterday that when I walked, I stepped on a rock and I kind of rolled my ankle like I was playing basketball. What should I do? Should I stand on the outside of my foot or should I stand on the whole part of my foot? And he ends the question by saying, does this make any sense? So, Dr. Landon, what can you do? What do you have to say? How can you help this guy, man?
So pretty much, I'm gonna make sure that I'm in the frame so you can see me. So pretty much, there's a lot of pieces to this question. I think the first part, we'll answer it in sections, right? So should I be walking on the edge of my foot was the first question.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should, but there's a way to use the outside edge of the foot properly so that you don't roll your ankle, right? If you're just walking on the outside edge of your foot, like over exaggerated, your toes are coming off the floor. Yeah, that's definitely not what you want to do because you'll risk, rolling your ankle just like the guy did. So there's a way to spiral forces so that you end up on the outside edge of the foot. Yeah, so if you can do that, you should definitely be walking on the outside edge of your foot.
Okay, so
I think it's good. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so if he's walking on the outside of the foot, guys, so listeners, we know that you should be walking on the outer edges of your foot. The problem happens when you walk on the outside edge and your big toe comes up. Am I correct?
Yep. And even if you continue rocking to the outside edge, even your second toe will come up, even your third toe will start to come up. And you don't want to do that because then I don't want to get too scientific, but you'll be rolling off the edge of the foot and you don't want to be rolling off. You want to be rolling behind so that you're spiraling up and behind instead of spiraling over the edge of the foot.
Okay, so let's see if we can help him solve this problem. So one, he should be walking on the outside of his foot, just not letting his big toe come off of the floor. If he rolled his ankle, do you think the most likely problem is because he stepped on the side of his foot and his toe came off of the floor, his big toe? Just that's probably why he's rolling his ankle. Seems pretty obvious to me.
Yeah, there's definitely, because there's supposed to be a safety mechanism, right? So your ankle and your knee and your hip is supposed to be designed to handle, any rock that you step on. And so what happens is probably when he stepped on that outside ankle or outside part of that foot, he didn't support it with the knee and didn't support it with the hip, didn't support it with the rest of his body. And that ankle was the first part to give out, right? And so, yeah, the problem, starts at the ankle, but we have to look at, the rest of his body, because I can almost guarantee that if he's rolling his ankle all the time, I could see that in his knee, or I could see that in his hip, or I could see that in his low back. So it's a little bit more complicated than just the ankle.
Yeah, I 100% agree. So to the listener, I would say that you probably rolled your ankle not having seen it because when you stepped on that rock, okay, you didn't transfer that energy up to your knee and then your hip to kind of dissipate that force or that pain a little bit easier. It might have been better if you had stepped on the rock and then bend your ankle and then your knee up to your hip. And if it was a real kind of high level impact force, you should have probably just rolled on the floor instead of taking all the impact at your ankle. what do you think? Do you kind of agree with what I just said there? Any other things we can leave him?
Yeah, you know, if the first thing to pay attention to is like, how did it happen, right? Were you just walking and you just happened to step on a small rock and then you roll your ankle? If that's the case, there's going to be a bigger issue than just the ankle. You know, like the whole gait cycle is going to be compromised, because you should be able to step on uneven surfaces and your body should be able to adjust and move around those uneven surfaces. And so what you can start to do is, you know, one of the first things you can do is get adjusted, get your ankle checked, get it realigned, and then ask your chiropractor about how to support that adjustment and how to maintain that adjustment, right? Because if you roll your ankle, there's a good chance it's now misaligned. So you want to put it back in alignment, and then you want to train to keep it in alignment.
All right, guys. Well, there you have it. Your first step, if you rolled your ankle, is realign your ankle. So go see a chiropractor. You can go see Landon. You can go check him out on Instagram at Posture Doctor. But guys, it's a whole system. So if you're going to come up at us with questions, like real specific questions about an ankle, we're always going to look at it from a system view. The system is your whole body. So it's all connected. So that's what we do here at Spiral Secrets. We uncover the truth to pain-free performance. Okay, guys, until next time, we'll catch you guys later. Peace.
See ya.